Thanksgiving travel is in full swing. We've got a live look right now at Snoqualmie Pass headed over to the west side. On the right hand of your screen, then we're looking at 4th of July over in North Idaho. And today will be, it's Lookout. Today will be one of the busiest travel days throughout the state and the country.
So AAA predicts about 87% of Washingtonians will hit the road this week. That is 9% more than last year. And just a reminder, if you're headed west this holiday season, remember you'll need your vaccine card to go to most indoor venues. That includes restaurants and grocery stores. Good afternoon and thank you for joining us for KREM 2 News First at 4. I'm Mark Hanrahan.
And I'm Whitney Ward. Airports seeing also some of the busiest travel days of the year, and TSA is expecting about 2 million passengers just to fly per day through Thanksgiving.
KREM 2's Kyle Simchuk is live at the Spokane Airport tonight. And Kyle, TSA expected things to be especially busy this year. What are you seeing out there right now?
Well, Mark, it was a lot busier in the morning. Right now, security line, not a problem at all. I'd say maybe a 5 or 10-minute wait at most. The thing is, for this time of day, you have a lot more people arriving than are departing. Now, take a look at this video. This was taken at the Spokane Airport this morning. They told us they expect the busy times today to be between 6 and 11 in the morning and 2 to 4 in the afternoon. And they recommend all travelers arrive at least an hour and a half before your flight.
For just about 23 minutes so far, so it's making pretty good headway.
Good.
Yeah.
How early did you get to the airport?
An hour. We're here an hour early.
Here's my message to everybody. Get the TSA pre-check because I'm going to get it next time.
No, our morning crews were here this morning and say the line was all the way to the back door. That was around 5 this morning, but around 8 in the morning, things were looking pretty clear. Now, over on the west side of the state, an estimated 1.5 million people are expected to pass through Seattle Airport this week. And just a reminder, if you're planning to travel to the west side this holiday season, don't forget those vaccine cards because you will be turned away from some businesses. Now, I'll send it back to you in the station so you can take a look at current road conditions. Margaret Whitney.
Kyle, thank you very much. That's when I like to go to the airport, and it looks like it does behind Kyle right there.
Well,
right?
And it's always amazing because, an hour can make a huge difference. It can be just packed, and then once those flights leave, of course, it's deserted.
I know. I'm just trying to convince my wife we need to get there 2 hours beforehand, right?
That doesn't work.
Someday. All right, from skies to the roads now. With more families gathering in person this Thanksgiving, drivers could be facing busier roads, especially with potentially several inches of snow expected during the holiday.
So yesterday morning, we know the eastbound lanes were closed because of those snowy conditions. They did reopen then later in the day, but of course crews keeping a very close eye on those conditions. There have been multiple closures already on the pass this year because of spinouts.
They're going too fast for conditions. They're not obeying the traction tire requirements. They're not putting on chains. And ultimately, it leads to them spinning out and causing them to either collide into another vehicle, spin off into the ditch, or ultimately block lanes, which results in us having to close it so that we can get those things cleared out and the roadway back open.
So WashDOT says slow down this Thanksgiving and follow those chain requirements.
Also, you can now sign up for text alert delays on Snoqualmie Pass. If there's going to be a delay longer than 30 minutes, they'll text you to let you know. All you have to do is text WashDOT Snoqualmie, WSDOT Snoqualmie, to 468-311, and they will send out those alerts about conditions on the pass, and they'll send them right to your phone.
Now let's look at another condition right there on the road, taking a live look at Snoqualmie Pass. Again, if you are heading west on I-90 or have family heading east, roads are open, as you can see, in both directions, and they look pretty clear at this hour. Okay, if you're heading east across the Panhandle, things also looking clear. Roadways have been wet throughout the day. If we could pull that up. There we go. Lookout Pass has been wet, but pretty clear, as you were seeing, for the most part, all day with good visibility as well.
And that's another one that can kind of change within the hour. Those conditions can change very quickly. We want to turn things over now to Michelle Boss, who is standing by keeping an eye on all of these moving parts. And there's a lot to keep track of today, Michelle.
Yeah, so we took a look at the past conditions right now. So let's take a look at the past forecast for those who are going to be hitting the road tomorrow or maybe the day after Thanksgiving. Actually, some pretty good news out there. It's not going to be completely dry over those mountain passes, but we certainly aren't anticipating any big storms. And with rising snow levels, a lot of these passes are just going to be seeing rain showers. So taking a look at the forecast for tomorrow for Snoqualmie and Stevens. Really, Stevens is only going to have some issues early tomorrow morning with the potential for some light freezing rain, but that should be going over to rain. Snoqualmie Pass, just looking at plain old rain. And then for Lookout Pass and Sherman Pass, obviously a little bit higher up there, around 5,000 feet, we're looking at mainly light snow conditions over the next couple of days. So again, no big headaches there. Satellite and radar right now, though, showing pretty quiet conditions. A lot of clouds around, but not much in the way of precipitation outside the mountains. We do have a winter weather advisory that covers showers, the potential for that freezing rain over Stevens Pass, but it's kind of in a narrow window from 1 o'clock tomorrow morning until 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. So conditions should be improving as temperatures warm. Any freezing rain would just be plain old rain by later in the day. 37 right now in Spokane, 40s in Moses Lake and in Lewiston, 30s across the Palouse, and quiet conditions overnight, mostly cloudy skies. May see a flurry here and there overnight, but again, nothing really impactful for tomorrow. Now you see a lot of rain icons on there. We do have a chance for a few showers both tomorrow and Friday, but computer models putting out less than 500ths of an inch. So any precipitation is going to be on the light side.
All right, Michelle, thank you very much. And still ahead tonight, if you're heading to plan out to Schweitzer Ski Resort, we have an interview with Schweitzer's marketing manager on what you can expect this upcoming ski season. And we have the latest on the best slopes you can hit this winter.
Also, Tom's Turkey Drive was yesterday, and it was a huge success. Coming up after the break, we want to give you all of our sincere gratitude, plus an update on how many people will be able to enjoy a Thanksgiving meal because of your help.
Before we go to the break, we just want to say thank you to everyone who helped out for Tom's Turkey Drive yesterday. We handed out 8,200 boxes of food yesterday at the Spokane County Fairgrounds.
And in total, when we include that plus everywhere else, 11,000 meals were distributed yesterday alone, meaning 11,000 families will have a Thanksgiving meal tomorrow. So from all of us, thank you.